American cinema, a cinema that stands out apart from other cinemas. As far as the world, the US has one of the biggest populations of immigrants ever. It is clear that American cinema is built upon segregation and categorization. In the world of American cinema, it is known that race has always been an issue. The amount of difference in cultures in the United States has made American cinema one of a kind. Due to the amount of culture, American cinema focuses on gender, races, and social status. Kevin Wade, Richard Lagravines, and Arthur Penn are a few of those directors that illustrate categorization in the industry. Hollywood was basically created by predominantly Caucasian men. Back in the day, the people who were wealthy were predominantly white. Therefore, American culture is based on that view of that American white man that gets on the dining table while the Latina maid serves them and the Latino man does the garden around the house. The movie Made in Manhattan by Kevin Wade illustrates perfectly how American cinema directors put together content displaying part of what America was and still is till this day with racism. The plot of the movie shows how a single Latin mother, who's a maid in a luxurious hotel, falls in love with a Caucasian man who's wealthy and a guest at the hotel. Secondly, after the Great Depression, Arthur Penn came out with a movie called Bonnie and Clyde. The movie shows all the stereotypes of American cinema being broken. The film becomes a very popular one due to the irony of the villains being good and the good becoming villains. In a way, it is still illustrating that the whole gender affiliation is wrong, suggesting that the woman, yes, in the movie is the protagonist, but she is not doing anything good for society. In other words, she has a man role, but because she has the role of a man, she is not really doing good. But when they show the cops in the movie, which they are all men, they show them being villains, yet being good people. Last movie implying the segregation and categorization of American cinema will be the film Freedom Riders. The movie teaches us what American culture really is, what goes behind the American dream and the struggles that every immigrant go through when they cross over to America, especially when they are women and also when they do not have enough capital to survive in this country. The movie is powerful in teaching the world why American cinema is so different from any other. It displays the wide amount of culture and the different types of struggles every person goes through as a non-white citizen in the country. I have talked on one of the many reasons why American cinema is so much more different than any other cinema. Many other cinemas are built on just one thing. The United States contains an immense amount of cultures and problems in which they then become film and part of the American cinema. Racial, social status, and gender are three of the many other reasons why American cinema is one of a kind. I personally find the culture segregated yet unique in its own way. I will modify the racial categorization a bit since it could add many other doors and many more content to the industry, but personally I wouldn't twist the American cinema too much to the point that it loses the root of where it came from.